Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on Skate. This is going to be my second video in the series on Let's Fix Skate. And if you haven't seen it, the first one is on the art style, which is, to be honest, I think the main concern in the community. I know some people are fine with it, but majority of people don't really like how it looks. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, I would recommend you go watch that one first. And I won't be talking about any of that in today's video, because today we are talking about probably my personal biggest concern with the game. And to be fair though, I do think this is one that, it has to change. I don't think this is gonna stay how it is, because it's different with the art style. You can understand if, they keep going one way. But this, I feel, when it's a live service, it has to change. But yeah, this video is going to be on the map. And also, I want to say before we start, last video, I actually done pretty well, because this is my second channel, which doesn't have as much viewers. But at the time of recording this, though, it is at over 600 views. So thank you very much. And I did have some people commenting. Some were agreeing with me, some others not so much. Although I did say in that one, I'll say it again, I do not hate the game, okay? There are things I like about it, because the longer it's been out, the more people have grown to like the game. And I do like some parts of it. I think it's a great game for multiplayer. But I'm still going to be doing this series because I want this to be a perfect game. Even if it is good already, it can always be better. So I think it's still worth, as a community, to bring our thoughts up about the game, but just do it in a polite way, because I know some people kind of just knock the game and don't give any reasons for why. So that's why I'm doing this series. I want to give you my exact reasons on how we can make this possibly the best skate game in the series. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's get on to it with the map. So people who have mainly played Skate 4, and also I know it's called Skate Dot, but I may call it Skate 4, you'll just have to put up with that. But yeah, people who've mainly played Skate 4 and maybe didn't play the other games as much, may not see as big a problem with the map. But if you have played the series, you may notice that this one has one big difference between those, and that is that this one is just a city. There are no other locations, whereas in Skate 1, it was... Well, to be fair, Skate 1 was kind of a city, but if you go up to the top, there's like a residential bit and stuff. Skate 2, they made that residential bit like a big forest and stuff, with kind of like a big park area, which was really cool. And then Skate 3 actually did the best at making different areas, because although the map was not connected, they had Industrial District, which is so good. They've got University District. University District is genuinely a top tier skate location. And then they had Downtown District, which was the equivalent of this city. But you see what I mean? They had the other places too. And of the three, I would actually say Downtown's my least favourite, but it's still cool. Whereas with Skate 4, just a city, nothing else. And yeah, like I say, I think this could change. At the moment, they have it as an island, which, if you look, there are actually some spots on it. Like there's a bridge which is broken and it looks like it could lead somewhere else. And the thing with it being an island, that means places like that, they do have opportunities to expand, out onto the water, out past the water to other places. Or they can take the Skate 3 route, which I know some people didn't like that the whole map wasn't connected, but I think Skate 3 still done it well. Like, if we did different districts you could teleport to, which were just way different than the city, I think that would be really cool. So I'm going to start off by talking about what locations I would like in Skate 4. So if I try to think back, one of the earliest things I recalled wanting in Skate 3 was a jungle map. So I think this could be so sick if it's done right, like mega ramps everywhere, these jungle villages. It could be so cool. I actually commented this on Skate's channel. It was on one of the trailers. I will find that comment and pop it on screen. And Skate actually replied, and I know they replied to loads of people, but they actually said, what other places would you like in the map? And I also gave them another one, which I'll go on to in a bit. But that shows that they are listening to the community, even if that was before this game properly dropped. And I've got a few things to put on screen to try get this jungle map idea across to you guys. And the first thing here is when I was in New Zealand, I was at this cool forest place, and genuinely while I was there, I was like, oh, this would be a perfect spot for the new Skate 4. Genuinely, I did think that. And that I took a photo because I wanted to make a edit to show you guys. So I'm gonna edit that photo and pop it on screen. I've not done it yet. But that place looks like if you could have that with a giant ramp coming down and loads of other bits, that could be so cool. And then I'm also gonna show you, I mean, I know there's a big thing against AI right now, but it really does help get my point across. Of course, I don't want them to use AI to make Skate 4 locations. But here I asked ChatGPT to generate some jungle spots that I thought would be cool. And honestly, just imagine this in the Skate game. And it could be even better than this. I think if we combined like Super Ultra Mega Park from Skate 3 and now is in a jungle, oh my god, that would be so cool. And then we have this massive lake area, and you could go down a massive mega ramp and launch into the lake. That would be so cool. This is one of the places I feel so strongly about because I think it would genuinely be the coolest place ever in any skate game if they added it. And this other idea I had was, imagine if there's this bit where there's just like an overgrown pathway which you can kind of skate down, and then you go through the bushes a bit, and then it leads to a massive hidden ramp, and that goes all the way down into like the ocean or something, or into a giant secret mega park in the jungle. Honestly, you may be able to tell by my voice, I think this could be the best thing they add. So please, Skate, if you're listening, please add a jungle map. And anyone else listening who likes this idea, please share this about, because I really want this to happen. And I sort of think the biggest inspiration for this was Danny Way's Hawaiian Dream from Skate 3, which is an awesome map too. It's a DLC map. And they could do something like that as well. Like a place like Hawaii would be so cool. Just something like that, but even more in the jungle, or do another one like Hawaii. Danny Way's Hawaiian Dream is one of my favourite places in all of Skate. And I think something like that in Skate 4 needs to happen. So yeah, very contrasting to the city, but I just think that would be an awesome spot, an awesome mega park place, and they could also do some kind of DIY spots in the jungle. I just think it would be a really cool setting, and it's not really been done before, as far as I know. So yeah, that is my first one. Yeah, we're only on my first idea, but that is my main one. Another one, which you may have seen in that comment, was imagine, okay, I'll probably get some more generated images of ChatGPT for this, but imagine an abandoned water park that you could skate in. Oh my god, that would just be so cool. There's like this massive slide you could go down, and then I don't know if you know those giant ones which look like a wall. I think this would be really cool because it would feel like a kind of realistic mega park. Not that you'd really skate down an abandoned water park, but you know, it would look cool, okay? It would look sick. And then they could have some water running still. I don't really know, there's so many things they could do. I'm just trying to float ideas around, but I really do want those two at least. And also, as I said, a Hawaii one would be sick. I think if they also done stuff like the old games, like an industrial district could be really cool. I think to get ideas, they really just need to look back at the old games and watch this video. But yeah, there's so many good ideas they could do. I really hope they don't just do the city, because there's so much more they could do. But at the same point, the city is really cool. I've not talked about it much yet in this video, but I do like the city. There are some amazing spots in it. There's this one where it's like almost their replacement at the moment of Super Ultra Mega Park, and it's like you go down these ramps on buildings. I love that one. I don't know the names of all these. I like how you can skate down some of the buildings, like they're designed for it. I think that's awesome. The giant car park, as unrealistic as it is, I love how you can skate down that. And then there's a church with the skate park inside, which was inspired by a real place. Again, awesome. There are so many good spots in the map, but I think the city should only be one part of the map. I think if we compare this to Skate 3 and Skate 3's downtown district, I think I maybe prefer this to downtown district. I don't prefer this to Skate 2 or 1's map, not at all. But I think this could be the equivalent of downtown district. This is the city map, but then they could have like tons of other districts, I think. They need to do more than just the city. But at the same point, I do want them to improve the city and make it better. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. I do think they could make all the maps connected. That is a big reason why I think Skate 2's map is probably the best, because it's just all connected. Well, Skate 2 has got so much variety, even though it's mainly a city and stuff. But if they do something like that too, just have more variety in it, I think could really work. And I think it's worth mentioning here, because aside from downtown district, I'd say every skate map, excluding some of the DLCs, every skate map from 1 to 3 has like a major downhill section, or even the whole map is downhill. Skate 1, you can go from the very top of the map to the very bottom of the map. I have a video doing it. Skate 2, you can go from the very top of the map to the very bottom, and I'm going to do a video on that too. Skate 3 University, you can go from the observatory all the way down to the Carvatrin. And in Industrial, they've got the masterpiece that is the Caverton Quarry. Oh my god. Caverton Quarry is so good. They need something like that in this. They need to have a downhill section of the map. I mean, you know, if they're doing other places, like I've said earlier, then it doesn't matter so much because they can include downhill there. But at the moment, the map is so flat. I know you can go down buildings and stuff, and I know cities, to be honest, are quite flat, but I think there's something so cool about going from the top of the map to the bottom, and you just can't do it here. I don't think enough people have mentioned that, but yeah, I really do hope they add some sort of hill-like thing to this game, or the Caverton Quarry, but that would work better as its own map, I think. Kind of contradicts some things I say, because I know I said I like how you can skate down some of the buildings and they're built for it, but I do think this kind of links to the art style, but it's also kind of in its own. Compare this map to Skate 1 and Skate 2. Also Skate 3, but mainly the first two. And those just felt way more real. And I'm not saying this needs to be realistic, because, I mean, you've all seen the footage of this game, people flying like it's Spider-Man. It's not a realistic game, but I think those maps, even though they still had, you know, the mega compound and stuff, they still managed to keep that realism in it. And here I feel this kind of goes to the art style, but if they make some of these buildings look a bit more real, I feel it will be a bit more believable, which makes it more cool. And it's kind of hard to explain this one, but I just think having the environment feel like it could be a real place just makes the map so much better. As I did mention in the last video, I used to think the Skate 3 map was real. Yeah, I was kind of young, so I was maybe a bit stupid. But in this, I feel like I just couldn't think that. It's just so much, well, less believable. So yeah, I think that's worth mentioning. I'm not saying, oh, make the game realistic, but I'm saying make the map feel semi-realistic. I feel like I have to mention that in this video. But yeah, just with how they made spots in not so much Skate 3, but Skate 3 still felt real with University and Industrial. In fact, no, all three districts feel like they could be real now that I think about it. And Skate 2, like the mega compound and the dam, those places, you know, as absurd as they are, they fit in so well. It's not like they've just shoved random mega spots into the map. They look like they belong there, and they could be in real life, although I don't think you'd be allowed to skate in them. I don't think mega compound would be allowed, to be honest. Next we have something which I was kind of shocked by that it's not in this game. And I know this game is in, what, pre-alpha? Somehow still after 5 years. Obviously it is not complete, but I feel like if they're not planning on doing this, then oh my god, what are they thinking? And if they are planning on doing this, I'm just surprised they haven't done it yet. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think there are any indoor spots in this game. The thing that made me notice this was when I went to the stadium in this map, and I was really stoked that they included the stadium. But you can't go inside it. Oh my god, why is there a stadium that you can't go inside? Look at the other ones. Skate 1 had an awesome stadium you could skate inside. Skate 2, arguably better stadium. You know, they both had their mega ramps. Skate 3, what was it, Hartley Stadium? Oh my god, that was so good. On the outside, it was an amazing spot. And when I figured out you could go inside, and it was the Monster Park with the, giant mega ramp. That was so cool. But this game, you can't even go inside of it. Alright, skate developers, you need to let us into the stadium. And this goes for other places too, like there's no indoor skate parks, which I feel like, although there wasn't many in the other games, that would be so cool. And you can't go in the Mongo Corp building and look at the old skate game, Skate 2, where you can go in the Mongo Corp, and that is so cool. Yeah, I think you need to be able to go inside of buildings. I understand not being able to go inside of like flats, because what is there to do in there when it's a skate game? But I mean, they need some indoor spots. So yeah, I feel quite strongly about that, in case you couldn't tell. Okay, now the next thing here, I feel like they did say this when they were developing this game. I don't know if I'll be able to find where they said it. I really do think that they said something about including old spots from the other games into this one. And I do know they included some. They have, the Navy spot? Second and Navy. I know there's others. I'll put them on screen now. But it is nowhere near the amount I expected. Where's Super Ultra Mega Park? I think we need to bring back the amazing spots from the other games. I'm not saying bring back everything. I think the first step in making this the best skate map is by taking elements from the other skate maps. If I had to name the spots which I want the most in this game, from Skate 1 it would probably be PJ's Mansion, and that one indoor skate park, I did forget the name of it. I'm not sure if it's Baker. Or no, is it the Plan B one? Yeah, the Plan B skate park. Oh, those would be so good in this. And the Mega Compound, obviously. But the reason I didn't say that was in Skate 2, that Mega Compound was even better with the fun track. Imagine that in here. That would be so good. The dam. Oh my god, the dam is so insane. And maybe that Monster Park. I think that was really cool too. And then in Skate 3, obviously Super Ultra Mega Park is a must. University Ditch is a must. And the Quarry, obviously. And I know that was a big ask to ask for those in here. And I know a lot of those may not appeal to realistic players. But let's be honest, they would appeal to the vast majority of people. Because I think loads of people love going down mega ramps. I understand not wanting to fly about the place. But, you know, everyone loves a good mega ramp, don't they? I think. But yeah, if we could include just some of those, that would be so amazing. Which kind of brings me on to the most ambitious request, I guess you could say it, if this is just a video asking the skate developers to add stuff. Now, I know I'm not a developer. I don't have a Scooby-Doo about development. But what if they included every skate map as locations in this game? Now think about it. Surely if someone can make a mod on PC with the entire Skate 2 map and Skate 3, like what, just that must have been just one person or a very small team. Surely the developers of Skate, which are backed by EA, one of the biggest publishers in the industry, surely they can do it. I mean, it can't be that difficult. I know, I say that. I don't really know development. But if you just import assets, I think that's how they done it for the mod in Skate 3. But if that was up to a polished quality in this, genuinely, that would already make me love Skate 4. And there's so many other things they could do, but that would be honestly so great. I would be so over the moon if they added that into the game. I know, big ask, it really is, but genuinely everyone, I think I can say for everyone that they would love that. I mean, obviously making new spots is also great, but if there was one game which had all of them, that would just be top tier. Top tier. And just to summarize the problems with the map, I feel at the moment, again, I know it's early stages, but just talking about what the game is just now, I don't think there is enough locations, if that makes sense. I know there are some neat ones, there's some neat realistic spots, there's some unrealistic spots, but if we're talking on the side of unrealistic, the only ones I can name, okay, the rooftop parks, so that's like the pools and stuff, there's like a few of those, there's that, you know, rooftop mega park thing, there's a car park, there's a church, I genuinely can't think of any others. Whereas if I go to any of the other games, you know, Skate 3, I can name Super Ultra Mega Park, the ditch, the quarry, I know it's a DLC, but Hawaiian Dream, there's a stadium, there's the outside of the stadium. Oh yeah, there's also the outside of the stadium in this game. And yeah, in Skate 3 they've also got the spillway and the pipe as well. There's just so many like notable spots in that, and I feel like this game just isn't at it yet. And the map in general just feels small at the moment if you look at it. But that is all stuff I do think will change, definitely. I know the other stuff I've mentioned in this video is kind of just requests and hopes, which I really hope happen. But I do think the map will get bigger. I do think they'll add, hopefully, more unique spots all the time. Make the map memorable, you know. And the only other thing I wanted to mention, this is kind of just a question, because I don't really know. I don't know if I can find this out. But is this map the same as when they first done the playtesting? Because I know it will have evolved a lot from there, but I swear that had more downhill spots and more mega places. I don't really know. But that's just something to think about. Like if they've changed the map a lot from then. Because I think they should include anything they designed then in this one. Why not include everything? I know people say quality over quantity, but if we have quantity, we have a lot to choose from. But we do also want that quantity to be quality, if you get what I mean. But yeah, that is pretty much gonna be it for today's video. Again, this is one of the things I feel strongest about in the game, so I really do hope that they take in some of what I've said here today. If you'd like them to as well, then share this video as much as you can. Share other videos that you agree with on the game, because the only way to make changes in the game is to make yourself heard to the developers. But you know, do it in a nice way. Don't just call the game rubbish, because it isn't. And also, I feel like I should mention this. The game is still in early access, and okay, 5 years is a bit crazy that it's still, you know, just at the early access stage, and also that there's not too much to it. But at the same point, of course this game's going to change. It's in early access, it isn't even fully out, and it's a live service, so it'll change a lot. But I do think you should make your opinions on the game clear from the start to avoid the game going in the wrong direction. Because if we tell them now, then it's more likely to happen later than, you know, once the game is fully out and they've already went the direction of an art style. They've already stuck to just a city, and if no one said anything, they would have thought, why not stick to what we're doing? I do completely understand the game's in early stages. Well, I mean, it's 5 years old, but, you know, early stages to the public, I guess. So I do know it'll change, but I do still want to make this series early on to get my opinions across on what I think it's at right now. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments. If you have anything else to say, let me know. And if you disagree with me again, let me know. If you agree, let me know. Anything you want to say, just write it in the comments. And I would also really appreciate it if you subscribed, At the moment we're on 29 subscribers at the time of recording this, and I would love to get this channel off the ground. This is going to be mainly skate stuff, but also I have my main channel, which is going to be, well, what always was, which is Minecraft. But here it's other games and also a lot of skate. So yeah, that was part 2 in the Let's Fix Skate series, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!